It is true, this title is not clickbait on this video. We got rid of 2 of our Teslas. It has been a very eventful last 6 months, and I'm gonna tell you all about it in this video. Where did the Teslas go? Why did we get rid of them? And what are we replacing them with? First, our Tesla Model Y, the blue car that we got for Lincoln, brand new when he turned 16 years old. And if you've been watching our videos, you saw back in October, it was one of the craziest days in our household. First, Lincoln was just minding his own business, leaving our house and driving to go golf, and he drove through this intersection. It was a green light, and at the last second, some dude decided in his pickup truck, it'd be a good idea to just turn out and just hit into the back of his car. Bam! Scratched all over the backside of it. Good news, it was not his fault, and they had insurance to cover the damage. But then the bad news, 4 hours later, I'm working away, Leslie gives me a call and texts me she's blowing up my phone. Bam! Leslie crashed her Tesla Model X that she's had since 2017. We bought it brand new. It had 110,000 miles on it. This is the only thing we have left at our home of Leslie's car, but I need to tell you the story about her car. Well, first we sent Leslie's car down to Las Vegas to the Tesla service center. Whoa, okay, I can't believe this. There's my car. That is totally my car. This car was sitting out on the side of the building, Leslie's car, and it had like all the parts taken apart. Like, oh, that's my trunk. What is this big thing? Got my name on it, and wow, they have taken the whole thing apart to look inside and see what it really is damaged, and how much it's actually going to cost. All right, that is super random, but they got the trunk open. I couldn't get that thing open. I don't know what they had to do to rip off the hood, not the trunk, but the frunk. And then it's just sitting here with the windows open. Will it be totaled? It turned out that the damage was too much to repair, and so the insurance company cut us a check for $34,000, and we are out of car. So 1 Tesla down, the Model X, it's gone. Leslie doesn't have a car anymore. So Lincoln's car was scratched along this door and right here. They didn't replace the rims and the tires. I know that because they still have curb rash on them. It was its second accident, and both of them were not Lincoln's fault. Last time it was on the left side of the car, and this nice old grandma pulled in and hit it inside of a Jimmy John's parking lot. And then she was like, oh no, I hit that car, let me back out. And she turns her wheel and backs out and hits the car again. Double whammy, double bam. We sent this one down to Tesla service, and good news, it was not totaled. So if you guessed, it cost $12,800 to fix all of this, then you win. You were right. They fixed it. It's like brand new. It feels great. The paint is clean inside. It actually smells like a new car again on the inside. Maybe it's from the paint shop or something. Problem is, Lincoln moved out. He's on a church mission. We miss him. He's been gone for over 6 months now. We don't need this car anymore. So the question is, what do we do next? Leslie needs a car, and she likes this car, but she doesn't love this car. She went from having the air ride suspension that you have inside of a Tesla Model X, the doors that automatically open and shut, to a car that now you have to like push the button and open it. It's a little bumpier on the roads, and the road noise is a little louder than the Model X. She went from luxurious to economical. Leslie is more of a luxurious kind of person. I mean, look at the hat she's wearing right now.
Oh my gosh, I just don't like being in the sun. I wouldn't say that's economical. Both are very nice cars. This one just feels more premium than this one, but they're both fantastic cars.
Back in November, we listed the car. We sold the car for under $30,000. There it is. There's the car right there. I have officially sold the car. It is no longer owned by me, and I'm waiting for my Uber to get me out of here to take me to the airport to go home. Super nice guy that bought it, and I think it was a good deal for both of us. We sold it for a lower price, I would say, but the car has been in 2 accidents, so it's like, how much are you actually gonna get for a car? That's always the question. So just like that, bam, we are out 2 cars. We have 4 drivers, or I guess 3 drivers in our home, and we just have 2 cars. This car right here is my Tesla Model S that I bought in Pennsylvania and drove a cannonball run all the way across the country to try to break the record. I didn't break the record, but I broke my appendix and had to have it ripped out. But this car a couple months ago hit a key milestone. We are out here in the desert, driving on autopilot. We are not on the highway. It is a separate road that nobody ever drives on. It is time to hit 100,000 miles. I've driven almost all of these miles. I would say 98% of the miles I've done myself. 100,000! We did it! Woo! Look at that. I would like to thank my family. I'd like to thank Elon Musk for making this car. I would like to thank all the other drivers around me for being safe so we could achieve that milestone in this car. I need to thank all of you for being along for this ride. I know it's just a milestone. It's 100,000 miles, but I'm proud of this. This is a big one. This is like hitting 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Maybe it's not as exclusive of a club, but it is definitely an achievement. And the other car, our second car that we have, is this Model 3 that is Claire's car. It was when she turned 16, we got this for her. It was less than $20,000. We replaced the shocks. It has about 80,000 miles on it. I actually really love this car, but it's getting a little bit annoying just having two cars inside of our home. We need a replacement. Leslie needs a car that she can drive. So the way that I see it, we have 5 options for cars for Leslie. She is the one that deserves to have another car, a replacement. For the last 3 months, I've just been looking all over the internet. We've been test driving cars, and this is the process. This is what we've looked at. Option number 1, she loved her Tesla Model X. What if we replaced it with a current Tesla Model X? It's a lot different, the car from 2017 to the car from 2024 or 2025. So we went down to Las Vegas, we went to the Tesla service center, and we let her drive a brand new Tesla Model X. Should we get a Cybertruck? Would Leslie like to have a Cybertruck?
No.
Wait, no?
I don't want a Cybertruck.
You're already ruling that out?
I love the Model X, and I wish I could fix mine, honestly. Like, I would drive that for another 5 years. Like, I just loved it.
All right, so this is not the one that we're looking to get. This is just a Model X. It's the only demo unit they have here. And it is a...
I've never had a key like this.
Yeah, you just push the door. There you go. Whew. Really hot. Smells like a new car.
It feels completely different than mine. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just the way that the seat feels. Everything feels a little different. Obviously, the wheel is different. The screen is different. The pedals are, everything's different. I don't even know how to drive this one. So
First
I
of all,
normally go like this on mine, and then I drive, which I love.
So there are no stocks on this at all. So if you're going to use your blinker, you have to use these arrows.
Gosh. That's tough.
That's the most annoying thing about this car is not having stocks for the blinker. You have to do it on the steering wheel. If it was steer by wire, I think it would be easier. But because it's a wheel that you're turning around all the time, it's tricky to remember the blinker.
I actually have a really hard time with change when I'm really comfortable with the way my car drives, and I love my car. I mean, it drives better than my car though, for sure.
You can already tell that it drives better.
Yeah.
The suspension over that bump.
It's
the acceleration.
So much smoother.
Do a little acceleration.
Oh my god.
And then slow down.
Yeah, it picks up much better than mine. Car itself, like, I feel like my car feels more luxurious a little bit. I don't know if it's that the seats are puffier. There's something different with the seats and even this area. Maybe it's just I have more room. I can't figure it out. From like a luxury standpoint, I feel like mine feels nicer on the inside. I don't know if it's just because it's totally different, and it's probably because I'm biased because I just love my car.
Okay, well, your car is gone.
It's not
so
gone.
Not
we don't know if it's completely gone.
I think what's making her feel like this isn't as luxurious, honestly, is the steering wheel. It looks like it's pure plastic and cheap.
Too.
Because the steering wheel on the 2017 and on my 2020 Model S feels like leather, and it feels like it's stitched down here in the edges, where this right here is just like the cheapest feeling plastic ever.
It does feel like
and so if that's the thing that you're holding on to the entire time that you drive, then I understand why it doesn't feel as luxurious.
But other than that, like, I didn't realize there was a screen back there. The air conditioning is way better than mine. It drives way better than mine.
The audio is way better than hers on the speakers.
Yes.
And the voice control works. Like you could actually ask it to do stuff where hers couldn't.
I haven't been able to talk to it in probably 4 years.
I wonder also is like the 2017 might have been using real leather on the seats also.
Yes, I think so.
And this one feels like it's the vegan leather or just not real leather. And what we've learned, her Hermes purse is right there in the back, is that she likes real leather and nice things. Now, our last car that we bought, I think it cost over $100,000.
It was ridiculous.
This one is starting at in the 70,000 range. So you're not getting the premium on some certain things, but overall the car is better. But some of the areas they definitely had to cut costs, and I think some of the leather, some of that area is part of it. I think she's right. I know she's right because she knows more about premium leather. Watch this.
I do like pockets. Oh, this is nice.
That's hidden. Nice. Watch this. Another spot down there. We are back. Our demo drive is over. Next, we got to drive the Cybertruck.
Okay.
Okay? I don't think they let us drive this. Sorry, I was just teasing. I was waiting for you to say, no, I don't want the Cybertruck.
I'm excited for you because I know you love the Cybertruck, so I was happy you got to drive it.
They are fun.
Watch, I'm going to use the button. Don't stress me out, please. I'm going to push this would drive me absolutely bonkers.
It is so weird to me because this looks just like any other Model X but it feels so much different than the one that we have.
That after driving this, it feels really similar to the Y to me. So I, at this point, would be open to looking at the Y also, because it doesn't feel as much like my car to me. And so I would be fine with looking at the Y too.
Even though the doors are not automatic. Even though...
Oh, I do love the automatic doors so much. Spending an extra $30 just so I can have the car door shut for myself seems really silly.
Would you rather have this car or a Tesla Model Y and a $20,000 purse?
I'm not going to spend $20,000 on a purse. Don't say that. And if I did, I wouldn't want anybody knowing that.
She doesn't spend that much on purses.
I don't.
This one was a crazy good deal, and it's like her only like expensive purse.
And it's from 1990.
But I'm just saying, like, it is crazy to think about it in
Yeah.
that perspective. It's like, oh yeah, just get the car. It's got like a few nice features. It's got the perforated seats with the air-cooled seats. But then
But
when
does
you
the
put
Y
it,
have that?
no.
Oh.
But when you put it in perspective of other things, you're like, well, I could buy an entire Birkin bag. Yes, I know what a Birkin bag is. We don't own one, or a Kelly, or both. You could own both.
You knew what a Kelly was too. That's hilarious.
You could have both of those.
No.
You decided you don't want a Model X. Is that the decision of
No,
this
I'm
video?
not going to say that completely. I'm open to an X or a Y.
Sounded like you were thinking, kind of ruling this out.
I'm not going to totally rule it out. What if we got just a used one?
I respect that she wants to save the
I
money.
might want the X. I'm not saying that. Would you want the X or would you want the Y? Based on everything we've said, say it in the comments. I feel like you're really close.
Can I say it in the comments?
No, you don't get to say it in the comments.
I'm gonna
they
say it in
get
the
to
comments.
say it. No, they get to say it in the comments.
Look at this new color. It's like a silver metallic. It's so good looking. Ooh, I love it. There's 3 different silvers here. Obviously, Cybertruck silver is like stainless steel, legit. And then we've got this one right here that I think is called Lunar Silver, and this is on the Y and the 3. And you can tell that it's a little bit darker. Yes, I know that that car's dirty, but this is the new color of silver. This is the new, I think, metallic silver. I can't remember what it's called. I'll put it on screen what it is. This is the new silver that only comes on the S and the X. So 2 different colors right there. Both silver, but look how much darker this one is and how much lighter that one is. Silver there, silver there. I think this one's my favorite right here. So maybe it's not a brand new Tesla Model X right now. Maybe that's not the car. So option number 2, which I think is a very good option. We have loved driving the Mercedes electric cars, the EQE, the EQS, the SUV. Now they've just announced the CLA, which is the most efficient car maybe ever made. Definitely by Mercedes-Benz. It's gonna be such a good car that comes out later this fall. Leslie needs an SUV version, and I love the EQE. I've driven it. I've wanted to buy this for her car. The good news about this car is that when it first launched, it's between $80,000 and $110,000. Now that there's some used ones out there on the market that are fantastic cars, 20,000, 30,000 miles, not a lot of miles, in great condition, there are some that are listed for sale in the $30,000 range. It doesn't have the best range, so maybe for road trips it's not the best car, but for what Leslie needs, this car is a fantastic car. Mercedes EQE. It is on the list. The third car that we've considered for her is the Rivian R1S. It is the SUV Rivian. I love it. The roof can change colors on the top. It has so much room in the back. You could camp inside of this thing. It's so good. But I've ruled it out at this point because 1, there's not a lot of good used options of this. It's a newer vehicle. So I like to get something that's possibly used or lower cost that's a lot cheaper. And whether I'm leasing it or buying it, we're looking at close to $100,000. And even though it's a smaller SUV, it is still too large for what Leslie wants. She likes that Tesla Model X type size, not really the Rivian, which is more like a Chevy Tahoe size. It's just a little too big. So that one's ruled out, even though it's a fantastic car. Option number 4 would be a Lucid. I just had the opportunity to drive a Lucid Air Grand Touring for 2 weeks. We had it, and I gotta tell you, I feel like the Lucid car is a lot like the Chinese cars, and that's a good thing. The tech is so good. It feels like you're driving inside of a Mercedes-Benz S-Class. Great suspension, fantastic range. I really enjoyed it. The Lucid Gravity is launching right now, and this car, I've been in it, it's fantastic. But the downside, at launch, it's around $97,000 to $115,000, and I'm just not ready to put that much money into a vehicle. The 5th and last option for Leslie is the brand new Tesla Model Y. This thing just launched. It's one of the best cars, maybe the best Tesla that's ever been made. It looks good. The sound dampening inside is good. It is a great vehicle. but here's the reason why I don't want to get that one. One, the suspension is still not as good of suspension. And then two, right now it's just the launch edition that's out and it's $60,000. Right now, you could buy a Cybertruck for around $65,000 to $70,000 with all the incentives. So do you want to get a Cybertruck or do you want to get a Tesla Model Y for around the same price? It kind of sounds like a no-brainer. But again, for Leslie, she wouldn't drive a Cybertruck. That's not the car for her. So that's it. It has been a crazy 6 months and we're down 2 cars and we need to find a replacement. So those are the 5 options we're looking at. Let me know in the comments, what do you think that we should get Leslie? And I will give you an update in a later video.